Hey there everyone, my name is Jasmine May Combs, and for my creative project I am doing a video in which will display my 3 artworks. The topic for my project is called In This Melting Pot, which observes the many ethnic communities and problems within their households that we have in California. The first piece that I'm showing for the series is called Invisible Distinctions. This will be the first piece to my project based on the topic of the privilege versus the disadvantage. It is an abstract piece which I did a while back using the techniques of color theory and inorganic shapes. This art piece is depicted through the use of colors and strong fine lines that create barriers on how and where they lie. For example, both corners look like a semi-formed face, but only one side mixes with the other colors. My purpose of this painting was to show intersectionality at its finest. This is to show how privileged people of all colors, races, gender have access to a lot of things or items that many others sometimes cannot come into across our nation or have access because of power standings that they hold. I got this inspiration from some of the family members of mine that I have when I tried to paint their relationships. This painting is just a representation of them and how power holds a huge key in this family. One comes from an elite upbringing and another comes from a preferably race identity that is of a lesser upbringing. And this is always one question in our society. What makes you think, for this story, who has an upper hand in life? The second piece that I am showing is called Inside the Glass. I got the inspiration from Alice in Wonderland. It was made with a fountain pen burst technique and watercolors. It was used in a project I used to explain problems within oneself or the others around them in their environment. The topic name that this project was to present was the concealed problems hidden within the boastful. I knew many people around me who had tried to one-up one another were led to want or have a higher standing in society. This artwork was to show that they had other problems or agendas underlying their causes or that were around them at hand that others did not really see. My vision came from the saying, the outside looking in, because we never really know what is going on until you are really faced with these situations, which is why this painting kind of looks like an Alice in Wonderland world. You look in the mirror and are faced with all these problems in another land, but in the real world, how do we really deal with them? My last project is called Paper Planes. This one was a really simple project that I had done a while back because I got my idea from the song Paper Planes by Mia. It is another oil painting done with the use of shadow and gradient techniques. This was to be made under the topic immigration and nationalization. Many families are suffering from the issue today. So when I painted this, I had to think of the best way to paint it. As you can see, you can only see partial pieces of the planes and are not fully depicted in this picture. But we'll come back to that. My inspiration came from another family member going through this situation of trying to adapt to this new lifestyle. They wanted to gain a foothold in America by renouncing their old citizenship and becoming an American citizen so that they can stay permanently here with their family and enjoy what our country has to offer. As you know, in today's society, immigration is a hard topic. But they were committed in getting their citizenship back because they needed to adapt to the American life and had to force their way through the many obstacles that immigration would throw at them. So to come back to why the planes are not fully depicted in this picture is because they said that a part of them will always be from where they came from and what they left behind, but their now life is permanently landed here in America.